entrepreneur is so hard. It is not for the weak or the fainted heart.
That if someone can do your job 80% as good as you, you're going to hand it over to them. Done is better than perfect.
The elite, successful female entrepreneurs that I work with, they're not scrolling on their phone for tips, tricks, and strategies to piecemeal.
If I could go back in time, I would tell 18-year-old me, open up a business right now.
5 things I do as a successful businesswoman. Number 1, I've always believed in myself, even when no one else has believed in me.
There's usually no team in the beginning, it's just you with you. And you're usually investing every single penny not knowing when you're gonna see the ROI.
I ended up Googling how to make money online after I had saved up enough money from all of those jobs. And I found out about Amazon FBA, and this is when my life completely changed.
I come from a very poor family. As a matter of fact, before I opened up my business, I actually used to live in a shelter.
I've been in the room with a lot of wealthy women, and being someone who's a millionaire myself and makes over $100,000 a month, I can tell you there are some very distinct things that rich and wealthy women do differently than the average middle class, upper middle class woman.
Got fired from my job 2 years ago for posting a TikTok video, and 8 months later, I had manifested a multiple 6-figure social media business.
Think success is all about luck or morning routines? Think again. In this video, inspiring women entrepreneurs share the real stories behind their success. No hype, just honest advice to help you level up. Subscribe now and start your own journey to greatness.
5 things I do as a successful businesswoman. Number 1, I've always believed in myself, even when no one else has believed in me. Even when the goals are very far-fetched and very, very big, I've always believed in myself, and it's always worked well. Number 2 is saying no to anything that does not bring value to your future or value to your present. Number 3, I'm very careful with my time. I'm very busy running a family, running a business, and running investments. So I don't have time for small talk or anything that doesn't bring value to my life. I will say no, or I will say, I'm sorry, I'm too busy for that. And number 4, I am always learning, always reading a new book, always learning a new course, or if I'm just sitting on YouTube learning things that I didn't know before. So I do prioritize that a lot. I've always been an introvert and I've always enjoyed it. Number 5, this one's very important, is never give up. If you don't ever give up, and no matter how many times you fall down or you fail and you keep going, you will get there. I promise you. Have a lovely day.
If you are someone who knows deep down that you are meant to live a big life, your dream life, meant for a luxurious life full of abundance, but you don't know how you're going to get there, I want you to listen to this video. Save this. So I took the traditional route that we are all told to take after high school. Although I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, I went to college and I put my head in the books because that's what we're told to do. Go to college, get a degree so that you can get a good job and work for the next 40 years. But something always felt off for me in school, okay? I never really felt aligned with any of the career paths. School just was not interesting to me at all. I always felt really lost and stuck, and this actually left me feeling pretty depressed. So I knew college was just not the right path for me. So I ended up dropping out pretty early on, and I started working multiple jobs, as many jobs as I could, working in nightlife. I worked so many jobs, just trying to get by month after month, and only just to pay the bills. And this led me feeling more lost and more depressed because it felt like I was just slaving my life away, and it was a never-ending cycle. I could never create my dream life by working those jobs. I hated it so much. So one day, I think after I actually quit my jobs, I ended up Googling how to make money online after I had saved up enough money from all of those jobs. And I found out about Amazon FBA, and this is when my life completely changed. I ended up launching my first product, took a course because I saw a girl on YouTube who was around my age, and she was living my dream life. She was traveling to exotic islands and working on her own schedule. Plus, she was making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, all from her laptop. This got me so excited. I took the opportunity to learn exactly how to do it through courses on my own as well, and that was the best decision I could have ever done for myself, that I could have ever made for myself. Fast forward to now, I've been basically a digital nomad for the last 5 years. I've lived in over 9 countries. I just bought my dream G-Wagon about 1.5 years ago. I paid it off. I make more money in a day than what I used to make in an entire month with all the old jobs combined, which is just wild to think about. But I want this just to serve as inspiration. If you see girls like me who are living this life, know that it is so possible for you to with effort. Don't settle. This is just a reminder not to settle, okay? There are other options out there. And if you are curious about my journey, just go here.
I vowed to never cry on camera because I think it's ridiculous. Sometimes it can just be so frustrating as an entrepreneur. Second day of the year, and I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Trying to do your best, trying to build your business, trying to make sure that you keep everything in line. It's hard. I don't feel like it's right to only share your good moments and never share your vulnerable ones. I first started my business. I had a friend who is in the beauty industry who promised, I am going to help you, Rock. I'm in the position to help you. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Well, guess what? When I finally started the business, I go to that friend with my products, with my box, everything ready to go. He stops talking to me completely. It hurt because this was my friend. I'm going to invest in your business. Oh, I'm going to help you do X, Y, and Z. And the moment I bring in my products, you stop talking to me out of nowhere. At the end of the day, I know that I have to keep going. Like, I know that I do. Being an entrepreneur is so hard. It is not for the weak or the fainted heart. If you are growing a business, trust me, you're going to have days like this where you feel overwhelmed, where your vision is blurry. You're trying to figure it out. It's not easy. If I can show all of my good moments, then I should be willing to show my more vulnerable moments. And it is what it is. I'm growing a business. I believe in my business like 100%. And I'm not about to let a day that I feel a little bit overwhelmed to just completely deter me from my vision and from my goal. Anybody out here who is running a business, thinking to start a business, the moments that are hard, the moments that you feel down, just know that you're not alone. There's so many other people who are going through the same things. If you're feeling like me, keep going and you're going to get through this.
I've been in the room with a lot of wealthy women, and being someone who's a millionaire myself and makes over $100,000 a month, I can tell you there are some very distinct things that rich and wealthy women do differently than the average middle class, upper middle class woman. And so if you are trying to move from one level to the next, here are 3 things that you should learn from to implement in your own life. The first thing wealthy women are not doing is prioritizing saving. That is a very middle class thing to do. And every sort of financial advice that tells you that, they are trying to help you get stability, not to get wealth, because you cannot save your way to wealth. If you only make $50,000 a year, then you will only ever, even at 100%, be able to save $50,000 a year. And so if you want to go where you are going above that, then you have to switch your intention from how much can I save to how can I start making my money work for me. The second thing is that they are willing to say no. And in fact, they say no much more than they say yes to things, because having a goal and working towards it is not about the things that you say yes to as much as it's about the things that you say no to, because you will find that you will have a lot of good opportunities that are not God opportunities. You will have a lot of opportunities that can push you forward, but maybe they're actually pushing you in a direction that's away from where you want to go. And so you really have to think in alignment of, is the thing that I am doing going to actively push me towards the life that I am trying to create? The year that I went all in on my business, I said no to so many things that were good things. I said no to a $160,000 job offer. I said no to even taking up and doing more things at church. I said no to going on vacations with my family. And that is because I knew if I said no for this 1 year that I would be able to say yes for the rest of my life. And so now I give more than I used to make to my church every month. I go on vacations whenever I want and stay for as long as I want. And I am able to say yes to so much more because I knew what to say no to get me to my goal. The third thing is one that a lot of women in particular really struggle with, and that is moving forward before you feel ready. You see, there is going to be this time where you think I need to be more confident in order to do this. But the thing is, that is a catch-22, because you're not going to get more confident until you do the thing. So at the beginning, you are not pulling from confidence. You are pulling from courage. And for my Christians, we can rely on the Holy Spirit that literally rose Jesus from the dead to help us to move forward and not trust in our own ability, but to trust in God's ability, and that He is not going to send us where He has not or will not equip us to be able to do the task that he has laid before us. And so you cannot be successful thinking that you're going to see the whole staircase, when instead you need to trust God and just take the first step. And that is one of the biggest differences, is that women who are out here really being successful and having financial abundance did not wait until they felt perfectly secure, until they had all of the information, until they knew every single little detail before they started taking action. They got that first piece of information, they got one step to move forward, and took 100% action, learned from their failures, and knew that it's not a bad thing. It's just one step closer to actually finding success. So if you want to learn from me what I did to be able to get here, I was able to take my skills and my ideas and turn them into income by helping people learn skills that I already knew. And if you're interested in learning how to transform your skills into income and put it on an autopilot system so you can make money while you sleep, I have a training on my page that's free and goes over everything. So I'll see you there.
The most spiritual thing you can do in this lifetime is get rich as fuck. Every single person on this planet is born with some unique talent or deeper purpose. And it's our jobs to uncover what exactly that is and bring that out into the world to be of service to humanity. In my opinion, entrepreneurship is the ultimate fast track, because the level of faith that you have to cultivate before you have any evidence that it's going to work is unlike any other journey. In the beginning, it literally feels like you're talking to yourself. There's usually no team in the beginning, it's just you with you. And you're usually investing every single penny not knowing when you're gonna see the ROI. Now that is true faith in action, and nothing will cultivate persistence or resiliency faster than that. On top of that, it will activate every single insecurity that you're holding so that you can move beyond it and become the person that you came here to be. And evolution is the very purpose of our existence. So if you want to go on the most spiritual ride of your life, unlock your true purpose and relentlessly be in pursuit of exploiting it to the world.
The elite successful female entrepreneurs that I work with, they're not scrolling on their phone for tips, tricks, and strategies to piecemeal. They're not collecting that. Instead, they're collecting relationships. If we've never met, my name is Lisa, and I help my clients 3x their income in 1 quarter, just like I have while homeschooling my 2 kids. Now, there is definitely a time and a place for strategy, but the women who understand that it is also very much about who you're connected to, they tend to invest damn good money to get into specific rooms, whether it's in person or online memberships and communities that have a high quality of members in it and people who are actually further ahead than they are. You see, of the 4 key subconscious success dynamics, these women have tightened up their self-worth and value perception. While many have allowed platforms and short-form content and the ability to scroll from one thing to another quickly and all of the free information to create a false sense of value, these women understand that value is in connections and relationships. And if you're talking about strategy, they're not piecemealing it together. They're reaching out to whoever jumps out at them that they resonate the most with, and they're asking, how can I work with you? Because they take decisive action, since they also have the core subconscious success dynamic of trust and self-trust, where they understand that no matter what happens, they are going to create massive return on investment.
If I could go back in time, I would tell 18-year-old me, open up a business right now. I come from a very poor family. As a matter of fact, before I opened up my business, I actually used to live in a shelter. Literally had nowhere to live. And I remember just being frustrated trying to figure out, like, how do people get money? Like, how is it that I hear all these rich success stories of people going from like literally zero to being billionaires, multimillionaires? And then by the grace of God, I found permanent makeup. I truly feel like it was God that put me in that place of me finding out about permanent makeup, and I feel like a lot of people don't even know that permanent makeup is a thing. Permanent makeup is actually the most profitable branch in the beauty industry. So unlike lash techs, nail artists, all of that, instead of making, I don't know, $200 an hour, I do a pair of brows and it usually takes me about an hour and a half, and I make anywhere between $800 to $1,000. And I started this page to bring awareness to permanent makeup and all the possibilities that it has, because I know there's so many girls out there that would make great permanent makeup artists, and not because they are good at makeup or they are good at art, because I don't feel like you have to be good at those to succeed in the permanent makeup world. But what you do need is to be hungry for success, wanting better for your life, wanting financial freedom, and being ready to give it your all. Everything else, like actually mastering the techniques, being good at the brow stuff that you can master through practice. So if you want to make anywhere between 6 to 7 figures this year, the easiest way is to become a permanent makeup artist. I'm a 23-year-old and I make around $2 million every year as a permanent makeup artist alone. If you're not making at least $10,000 a month in this 2024, it's literally because you don't want to. Because I am here offering you the solution. I am here giving you the formula. I personally don't know anyone that teaches you how to become a permanent makeup artist and how to succeed as a permanent makeup artist. That is why I created my online academy where I teach you all 7 techniques available in the permanent makeup world. I teach you color theory, skin anatomy, everything that you have to learn to become a professional permanent makeup artist. But then I also teach you how to run a successful business. I teach you how to run paid ads. I teach you how to do organic marketing, how to target your ideal clientele, and how to attract those girls that are going to pay you anywhere between $500 to $1,000 per pair of brows, and how to be fully booked. So if you want to be successful this 2024, this is your sign. Get into the permanent makeup world. I cannot stress it enough. There's so much money and there's not enough artists. So check the link in my bio.
If you're one of the girlies that wants to manifest your business baddie, independent entrepreneur girl era where you literally get paid to exist, you get to do what you love every day, and you make the same amount of money you used to make in a year every month, keep watching because I'm going to give you 4 things you need to know to manifest it by 2025. First of all, hi, I'm Nadia. I got fired from my job 2 years ago for posting a TikTok video, and 8 months later, I had manifested a multiple 6-figure social media business. And now I get to teach other women like you how to do the same. The first thing you need to know is that you actually do not have to know exactly what kind of business you want to start. All you need to know is what are you good at doing? What do you enjoy doing so much that you don't even really care about the money? And how can you use that to help other people? That is what's going to lead you to the most lucrative soul-aligned business idea. Even if it doesn't seem like a business idea when you first describe it, you're like, oh, how would I make money out of that? How would I turn it into a business? Doesn't matter. That's for the universe to handle. Because the truth is you can make money doing literally anything. If you can just start with what you love, what you're good at, and what you can give to other people, as you walk in that direction, the path will start to appear. For example, with me, I had no idea what kind of business I wanted to start. All I knew was that I loved talking about self-help, manifestation, psychology. I was good at it and I could also use it to help other people. So literally all I did at the beginning was make these videos and post them on social media, and they went so viral that I got comments from people asking, hey, do you offer coaching for this kind of thing? And that's where I got the idea for a coaching business, which I then scaled to 6 figures literally in a matter of months. And it was not even hard. It was easy, it was fun, and it was pretty effortless simply because all I was focused on was doing what I love and being of service to other people. The universe actually showed me how I could turn it into a business. Number 2, when you are trying to figure out what steps you need to take to make this business a reality, don't use logic, learn how to use your intuition. Your intuition has literally all of the secret shortcuts that will get you to where you want to go with the least amount of effort and resistance necessary, because your intuition is coming from the version of your consciousness where time doesn't exist. So your intuitive mind is looking at your entire life path from a bird's eye view, and it sees exactly what steps you need to take to get to where you want to go, again, in the shortest and easiest way possible. Your logical mind, on the other hand, is your brain, and your brain only has access to what it has seen and experienced before. And it takes that data and tries to extrapolate it into the future to try to predict what steps are necessary to get from point A to point B. So really, your logical thinking brain is extremely limited in comparison to your intuition, which has infinite knowledge. Relying on logic will create a lot of extra steps that are just not necessary and also not very fun for you. But if you just learn how to follow your intuition and tune into the present moment of what your body is trying to tell you, you will always know what direction to go in to take the most aligned action. For example, when I started my coaching business, rather than worry about how I was going to get clients, all I did was follow my intuition when I got a creative download for a certain video idea that I was really excited about. And those videos would go so viral and reach all the right people that I would get like 50 coaching applications of people that wanted to work with me. And every single client I have ever had in my coaching business has come in through a video of mine that they watched and said, hey, I want to work with her. Imagine how much time, energy, and money I would have wasted if I worried about doing things like running ads or any of the other million strategies they say you need to get clients in a coaching business. Your intuition has literally all the answers. Number 3, stop worrying about the middle and live from the end. What I mean by that is if you're manifesting something, the middle or the how is actually none of your business. The universe will figure all that out for you. All you need to do from this point is skip to the end where you already are living your dream life. You have that dream business, everything has come together, and ask yourself, how would I be thinking and feeling and carrying myself if I was already there right now? Being in that energy does two things. It allows you to attract all of the people, opportunities, and resources that will get you there. And it's gonna open you up to receive the creative downloads and the intuitive hits that are also gonna help you bridge the gap and get to where you wanna be. I know I said I was gonna do 4, but this video is getting kind of long. So I'm gonna give you a resource to integrate what you've learned, as I always do. You're gonna type this prompt into ChatGPT. I'll pause so you can screenshot. Okay, great. It's gonna help you live from the end and act like you're already where you wanna be. That's all I have time for in this video, but if you liked that ChatGPT prompt and you want me to create a full step-by-step guide with more prompts like that to help you manifest, let me know in the comments and I got you. Okay, love you, bye.
One of the biggest success blocks I see in female entrepreneurs is hyperindependence. Independence, productive. We love her. Hyperindependence, it's giving maladaptive survival behavior. And it's time for an upgrade. So what does hyperindependence actually look like in your business? It looks like believing that you have to do it all. It looks like not having a team or a team that you micromanage. It looks like never collaborating with other people in your industry. And it can sometimes look like not having a mentor. And how does it make you feel? Exhausted, overwhelmed, and lonely. Listen, it's not your fault that you do these things. You most likely grew up in a household where you were parentified. What that means is although you were a child, you had to play the role of the parent. So while you needed to be hyper independent as a child, you actually don't need to be that way in your business. So here are the 3 mindset shifts to help you move out of that role. Foster the belief that you deserve to have all the support and help that you need. Affirm to yourself that it's safe to trust other people. And lastly, the most practical one. It's now going to be your thing that if someone can do your job 80% as good as you, you're going to hand it over to them. Done is better than perfect, and your best is good enough. And if you want more support with this and you want to actually scale what you started, click the link in my bio to learn more about my one-to-one mentorship program.